All right. Welcome to the SLS Show Episode 2, where we are going to focus on organization. I'm Dawn Flood, and I'm here from Student Leadership Services, and I'm here with some great friends of mine. I'll first let my coworker introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Mindy Willis, and I'm the Prevention Specialist for SLS and co-worker of Dawn's, and I'm also handling our videography today.
Excellent. And then we're here with some SLS students who are co-producers of this show. I'll let them introduce themselves. Diamond.
Hi, I'm Diamond. I'm a senior at Atherton High School.
Excellent. Glad to see you, Diamond. Jillian.
Oh, wait, I have to. Oh, I'm not unmuted. Okay, hi, I'm Jillian. I'm a sophomore at Marion High School.
Excellent. Good to see you again. Isabel.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm a sophomore and I go to Valley Lutheran.
Awesome. Lacey.
Hi, I'm Lacey. I'm a freshman from Atherton High School.
Excellent. And then we're here with some other students, some familiar faces, and also some brand new faces. So I'll let them introduce themselves. Sasha.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I'm a junior at Waldeck Northern High School.
Excellent. Excellent. Corinne.
Hi, my name is Corinne. I'm a junior and I go to Waldeck Northern.
Awesome. Okay. And Faith.
Hi, I'm Faith. I'm in 9th grade and I go to Charlotte High.
Great. Excellent. Natalie.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm a freshman at Waldeck Northern.
Perfect. And Chloe.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm a freshman at Valley Lutheran.
Awesome. Excellent. And Haley.
Hi, I'm Haley. I'm a sophomore at Waldeck Northern.
Excellent. And Miss Turner, or AKA Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Turner. I'm an advisor from Atherton High School, and I'm joined by Happy, the SLS dog.
Happy. Hi, Happy. Oh, I love Happy. I'm so glad Happy could join us today on the organization show. Happy can teach us a lot. So welcome, Happy and Michelle. So excellent. So glad you're all here today. And we have a great show in store for us. But first, I want to do a little trivia. Okay, so I want to see what you remember. For those that tuned in last week and those that couldn't join us, I'm going to quiz you to see if you watched the recording. All right, so last week on procrastination, I showed you 3 weird phrases, okay, and 3 pictures that said, I said, if you do these 3 things, it's going to help you to not procrastinate. Who remembers what those 3 phrases were in those 3 pictures? Anybody? Raise your hand. Nobody. Serious? Really?
I remember.
Oh, Lacey.
I remember one of them.
What was it?
It was like a troll, and it said I don't remember what the saying is, but I know it was a troll. And
Okay. All right, so close. Troll. All right. It was pick off the goblins. Start with something that you like to do, and then work your way up. Okay. So pick off the goblins. What were the other 2? Isabel.
Wasn't it eat an elephant?
Eat an elephant. And do you remember what eat an elephant meant?
No.
Okay. Anybody remember what eat elephant meant?
I remember.
Okay. Mindy?
Eat an elephant, because I remember that because that's my favorite one. And that's to take little pieces at a time.
All right. Break it into segments. Perfect. Last one. Do you remember? Oh, come on. I just gave it to you. What was it?
I'll let you know. It was ignore the sirens.
Ignore the sirens. Okay. Eliminate your distractions. Unplug your phone. So those were the 3 tips from last week. Eat an elephant, pick off the goblins, and ignore the sirens. All right. So let's get into today's topic. All right. Which is organization. All right. Do you sometimes feel disorganized? Now I know you must, because otherwise you wouldn't be spending your time with me right now to figure out how to get organized. So I think right now we're all in the same boat. We're a little disorganized, okay? Do you have all the planners and to-do lists in the world, but you still can't get your life together? I guess see some more head shakes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we have all these tools, but our life is still a mess. Okay. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take that distracted mess and we're going to organize it into a workable progress by using 8 building blocks. So today we're going to build 8 blocks to help us get organized. So to get started, you'll need 5 pieces of paper and something to write with. And on 4 of the pieces of paper, I want you to rip them in half so that you end up with 8 blocks, okay? So go ahead and take a minute and rip your 4 pieces of paper in half so you end up with 8 blocks. See you in a minute. Now you got paper and you end up with your 4 blocks, okay? So question, what is organization? We might all be thinking, okay? Well, the legal definition of organization is the efficient and orderly approach to complete tasks. So efficient and orderly, okay? That's the legal definition. Well, I don't like that definition. The way I look at organization, I look at it as several different words. I look at it as being efficient with your time. I look at it as having order. I look at it as having a method, a system, having tidiness, tidying things, and planning, okay? That really is what organization is about, okay? So people can be put into 2 types of categories when it comes to organization, okay? Those 2 types of people are either action-centered or goal-centered, okay? So let's start with action-centered. Who thinks they know what action-centered means when it comes to people? What does action-centered mean? Any guesses? What's action? Jillian.
That like they have a plan and then they, instead of just doing nothing, they actually like follow through with what we're going to do.
Okay, all right, so plan and they do it. Okay, anybody else? Action-centered. What do you think that means? Sasha. Oh,
sorry.
There you go.
So I think that means being appropriately engaged in your commitments and really getting specific about what the outcome and the action is of the task that you're trying to complete.
Okay, all right, so engaged, good word. I like that word, okay. Anybody else? Action-centered, what do you think that means? Lacey.
I think it kind of means like people that don't really make a plan and just go straight into action and just start doing a bunch of stuff.
Ooh, don't plan, just do bunch of stuff. Okay. All right. Any other takers? All right, so then what's goal-centered? When someone says you're a goal-centered person, what do you think they're talking about? Haley.
Like if they have a goal, like getting an A in a class, like they're gonna do organizing things to get that A in the class. Like they're working for an end result.
Okay, do things, end result. Ooh, I like that, Haley. That was good. Okay, end result, perfect. All right, anybody else, goal-centered? Sasha, has your hand up? No? Okay. Anybody else, goal-centered? No idea? I'll give you a hint, it has to do with goal, since it's in the word. Diamond.
Goal-centered, maybe everything like revolves around their goals. They do everything because of their goals.
Okay, do everything, all right. 4 goals, perfect. Thanks, Diamond. All right, excellent. Anybody else want to contribute what they think action-centered or goal-centered mean? No? Okay, so let's see what we got here. So action-centered, you said you plan it and do it, you're engaged, and then someone said, actually you don't plan it, you just do a bunch of stuff. I like that, okay? Goal-centered, you said you do things, there's an end result, you do everything for your goals. All right, so you are right. Action-centered, okay, is this. Okay, Action Center is you just do stuff. You do a little bit of homework, you're on Snapchat, you're listening to Netflix, you're doing all this different stuff in a day to fill your day. But none of it leads you to actually accomplishing your goals. Okay, so Action Center is kind of like a whirlwind of all this stuff that we're just doing. All right, whereas Goal Center, okay, is goal focused. All right, there's an objective. There's an end result, like someone said, and you do everything for your goals, okay? So which one do you think is the most organized person? Action-centered or goal-centered? Which one would lead us to be the most organized? Michelle. Unmute you. There you go.
I think goal-centered.
Why?
Because if you have a goal to work towards,
yep,
then you can actually make a plan of things that make sense to go towards that goal instead of just kind of trying new things or trying things and saying, oh, well, maybe I'll do this and becoming distracted.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Goal-centered will get you to be organized. Absolutely. All right. So now I want a little honesty right now. Okay. A little self-reflection, which is always good. So where you're at right now, so you're all sitting at somewhere in your house, some of you are outside, okay? As you sit right now, would you consider yourself today more of an action-centered person where you just do stuff, or are you more of a goal-centered person? A little self-reflection, be a little honest here. Which one are you right now? Lacey.
I feel that I used to be an action-centered person, but for like the past month, I've been more goal-centered.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
I feel like I've gotten better.
Gotten better. Okay, so you move from action to goal. I love that. All right, Isabel.
I'm like somewhere in the middle because sometimes I'll have a plan and then sometimes I just do it.
Yeah. Absolutely, and we've all been there, right? Okay. Faith, where are you right now? Are you more action-centered or goal-centered?
I think like in the middle.
In the middle?
Yeah, because
Okay.
sometimes I'm like more towards one than the other.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Corinne.
I feel like I've gotten more goal driven lately, but I definitely used to be action centered.
Okay.
But with this situation, I feel like it's helped me to become goal oriented.
That's great. Okay, excellent. Very cool. Chloe, where would you fit? Are you more action, goal, or in the middle?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle, but more action centered.
Okay, somewhere in the middle, but more towards action. Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you. All right. So I think all of us, we probably are in the middle of the two, okay, right now. But I love the ones that said you were action, but all this kind of forced you to be more goal-centered. I love that. All right. So obviously our goal with today is to help us move from action to goal-centered, because what we know is the most organized people are the goal-centered people. So that's what we're going to learn how to be. How can we be more goal-centered? Okay. So Mindy, what is the best way for us to organize our life so that we can become those goal-centered people?
Great. That's a great question, Dawn. I'm glad you asked that question. And it's a really great transition to talking about our beginning to go through the process of our 8 building blocks like Dawn talked about. So it's really important, and a few of you mentioned it when Dawn was talking about action-centered and goal-centered, and that is that you have to have a plan, okay? And part of when you don't have a plan, that's when you kind of lean toward action-centered. You just kind of do things, check off your list. But when you have a plan and you are more goal-centered, then you're more intentional and deliberate with being specific about how you work towards your goals. And it sounds like, and I'm as pleasantly surprised to hear that that's been a shift for you in a positive way during this current situation. So what we're going to talk about is the first building block, and Dawn just put that one up on the wall, and it really kind of serves as the foundation for the rest of the 8 building blocks, and that is setting your goals. And So we're going to talk about setting goals is that first building block. And if you participated in our workshop last week, we did this responsibility wheel. And we were talking about procrastination then. And we took a look at our different responsibilities in different areas of our lives. So we talked about responsibilities with our family, our responsibilities in school, those to ourselves, and then extracurricular, and then we had this other. Well, we're not going to spend time on the other today, but we are going to take a look at these first four, because I think that these are four really crucial areas of your life at this time, especially in your life. So on your one of your pieces of paper, which is going to be your goal setting building block, I want you to think about a goal that you could set in each of these four areas. Now pick a goal that's a reasonable goal that you could accomplish in the next month or so. So perhaps a family goal might be, I want to spend more time with quality time with my little brother. And maybe a school goal is, I'd like to actually finish math this semester with a B. Or Isabel, get that project done that she says she started that she hasn't really started. Or I think Diamond talked about last week how it was really important to take time to take care of yourself during this period. So maybe a good self-care goal would be an example for me. So go ahead and take a minute and write yourself a reasonable goal for each of these four areas. All right, great. So thank you for taking the time to write down a goal for each of these four areas. Now we have to get through 8 building blocks today, and that's a lot of building blocks. So we can't get through 8 blocks with 4 goals because we would be here and some of you would probably miss your favorite TV show tonight. So I don't want to do that. So what I would like to do though is at least focus on one of those goals and work through the 8 building blocks specifically with that one goal. So take a look at the 4 goals that you wrote down and circle the one that is most important to you or that you would like to start out with. And then if you would, I'd love to hear what a few of your goals are. So I get like some volunteers to share their goal, one of their goals that they want to focus on today. And I have some hands up there, but I'm not sure if those are hands of people that want to actually share their goals or not. How about you, Diamond? Would you like to share one of your goals?
One of my goals is to work on my coding, so I'll be able to do a good job on my AP exam.
Oh, excellent. That's a great goal. And hard work. Are you enjoying that?
Trying to.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. The effort is the important part, right? Yeah. How about you, Natalie? What's the goal that you're going to work on?
Mine is to just get better at organizing and time management with my schoolwork.
Ah, excellent. Well, you're starting out in the right place then, so that's a great goal. Excellent. And how about you, Haley? What's the goal that you chose?
My goal is to just like eat healthy, because it's hard, like eat healthier, because like going back, because just when you're at home all the time, it's hard to just not eat your entire fridge.
Right, exactly. I know that feeling. So I'm making my way through my bag of jelly beans all by myself, which is probably a little selfish for me. And did we have one more person? Lacey, did you want to share your goal?
My goal was to spend more time with my family because lately we've been just like doing our own things. I just feel like we should spend more time together.
Right, right. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioned that last week. So I think that's a terrific goal to pick. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so now that you have all of your goals selected, we're going to move on to our second building block. And that second building block is to write everything down. Okay, and you're probably wondering, well, what does that mean? So let's take a moment to talk about that. So when we talked about procrastination last week, we kind of made that list in that other section of the responsibility wheel of all the things we spend time doing that really don't help us with anything. You know, Netflix and texting friends and Hulu and social media and all of that. And so those are things obviously that can be fun in small doses and a good kind of de-stressor or relaxation, but doing those activities, I can pretty much assure you, aren't going to allow any of you to reach the goals that you've shared with me. So I want you to make 2 columns on your second sheet of paper, so that's your second building block. And I want you to think about tomorrow or things that you do in a typical day. And what are the things that you do in a day that might be other responsibilities that you have to do, or even responsibilities you don't have to do, but just kind of a list of things that take up time in your day. And then now that you've set yourself a goal, I want you to write down all of the things that you can think of that you would need to do to help you accomplish that goal. So what are the specific steps that you're going to take? Okay, so are you going to spend a certain amount of time in a day working on your coding homework? Are you going to only let yourself, Haley, have 2 snacks a day? Or Lacey, are you going to plan 2 family events a week? So I want you to think about what are some specific steps that you can take for your goal, and then all the other things that might clutter up your day. So take a minute to do that, and I'll come back and hear from you. Great. Well, thanks for taking the time to go ahead and write down some things that occupy your day and the things that you're going to need to do to accomplish your goal. So hopefully, as you started to write those things down, it became clear that you may have to change a little bit of the way that you allocate time in your day. In other words, if you want to accomplish your goals, you need to spend time and energy doing that, which means that some of these other things, at least the ones that aren't important, might have to be eliminated or pushed aside for the time being. And so does anybody want to share some of the things that the steps that they had for how they wanted to accomplish their goals? Faith, how about you? What are some of the steps that you wrote down to help you accomplish your goals?
I put school, so like I could spend a certain amount of time on that and like take certain breaks during it.
Okay, and how much time do you think you would need to take every day to be able to reach that goal?
I don't know, maybe like an hour or so.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad though. If you figure out over the course of a whole day, just spending an hour on your schoolwork, but that's better than you were a couple months ago, right? That was 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How about someone else? What are some steps that you can take to help you accomplish your goal? Jen? Oh, that's not Jen. That's Isabel.
I just said like don't spend as much time watching TV and like spend more time getting my work done.
Okay, and so Isabel, what's your goal that you chose?
That was the goal. Yeah.
So the goal was to reduce the amount of time watching TV.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. And Michelle, did you want to share your goal? Or your steps to accomplish your goal? No, Michelle's hand was up, but I think.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
My goal was to set a schedule to turn off from school work and extracurricular work. And my goal, I said I need to set a specific time to turn off my phone so I don't hear it. I don't hear it buzz, and to make sure I turn my computer off by 10 o'clock.
Ah, that's still a pretty, 10 o'clock is, that's still a pretty big commitment though, that's for sure, right?
Yeah, but I'm a night worker, so sometimes I don't start my work till like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so it sounds like for the kids, their hours in school have gotten less. How would you say, but it sounds like your hours have maybe gotten more.
Yeah, my hours have gotten way, way, way more.
Yeah.
And I know for a lot of us, it feels like we can't separate school time from home time.
Oh, yes, I imagine that would probably be a lot more challenging, particularly right now. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for sharing all of those things. So we've now completed blocks 1 and 2, and the rest of the building blocks are going to be additional steps that we can take that are going to build on how it can help you reach the goals that you've set, and then the particular goal that we're going to focus on today. So for steps 3 and 4, I'm going to go ahead and hand that over to Dawn.
All right, so if you notice here, we have our first two blocks out of 8, and that's the foundation when it comes to organizing, setting your goals and writing everything down, okay? And so there's only 2 in the bottom of the pyramid, but they're very strong, okay? We need those. So the third block that helps us get organized is, and this is where your order and efficiency comes in, all right? And this is where also the eat an elephant, the pick off the goblins, and the ignore the sirens comes into play. And that is to make schedules and deadlines, and don't procrastinate, okay? So that's the third block in our building block, all right? Because organized people, they don't waste time on distractions. They recognize that keeping things organized goes hand in hand with them staying productive and them becoming that goal-centered person, okay? They make and keep schedules for the day or even the week. They make deadlines and the goals, and most importantly, they stick to them. And they also know if they can get something done right now, they do it. They get it over with. They don't procrastinate. So that's one of the biggest things, is not only making the schedules, okay, but not procrastinating, all right? So that's block 3. So then what would block 4 be, okay? And my favorite word is tidy, tidiness. And block 4 has to do with tidiness. And that is giving everything a place so that you're tidy, okay? And so that's block number 4, and that's in the middle. That's right in the middle. And the reason it's in the middle is because when things are out of place, that's when we feel like our life's a mess and we get disorganized, okay? Now, many of you probably, okay, some of you I've seen your rooms, all right? Some of you I haven't, okay? But those that I've seen your rooms, I know that you are maybe perhaps not the tidiest person with your socks and your clothes. And so everything needs a place. Keeping your life organized means keeping your things together, but it also means labeling things, especially when it comes to school. Many of your goals, you said, was about school, okay? And so part of keeping our schoolwork tidy is having separate folders, labeling them, and etc. So we have to start there with keeping things tidy. So block number 4 to me is really, really important, just as important as block 1 of setting the goals. So this is what I want you to do, okay? I want you to take a minute and I want you to work on block 3 and block 4. And what I mean by that is I want you to kind of sketch out a schedule, and you can do it from 5 o'clock on for the rest of the night, okay, if you want to. And I also want you to, when you make your schedule, put in there, how are you going to go about starting to organize the things that are all cluttered, bringing you a mess. So for example, if you have socks that need to be put in a drawer, put on your schedule, okay, put my socks in a drawer. So go ahead and take a minute and work on block 3 and block 4. Make a schedule and start identifying what needs a place, what needs tidy. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, so let's see what we have for our blocks 3 and our blocks 4, okay? All right, so what are some things that we know that we have to get tidy? And when in our schedule are we gonna plan on doing that? And I'm sure some of you have sock drawers, I know it, okay? So let's see, Sasha, what's something that you know that needs tidy? Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that. So my desk drawers are actually very disorganized, and although like my room itself and the space around it is decently tidy, it's the kind of the inner workings of the drawer that need a lot of work.
All right, so your desk drawer.
Productive, yeah.
So when in your schedule are you thinking of organizing that, getting it tidy?
So today, some of my schoolwork is going to be a priority, so probably around like 11 o'clock at night. I'm a very late night person, but I think about 11 o'clock, I'll try and organize that. So.
Excellent. 11 o'clock, Sasha is going to be organizing her desk drawer. I love it. Okay.
Somebody hold me accountable.
I will text you at 11 o'clock. Let me see your desk drawer. Corinne, what do you need to tidy?
I need to tidy my bed just when I wake up, just to feel like, oh, I did that. My room looks clean.
Okay.
Now I feel ready to start the day. Kind of like
Okay.
that.
So when in your schedule are you going to dedicate to making your bed and organizing your bed?
Just right after I get out of bed, I'll just decide to make it right then.
Okay. So first thing, all right.
Yeah.
Her feet hit the ground and she's going to be making her bed. Awesome. Excellent. All right. Anybody else? Oh, come on. I know y'all have something tidy. Lacey.
Mine would be to clean like the top of my desk, because usually I just lay a bunch of stuff on it that I need, but then I don't end up cleaning it.
Okay. So top of your desk. And what time of day in your schedule are you going to dedicate to cleaning the top of your desk?
I think a good thing would be to, like, every time I use it, make sure the top's clean after I'm done.
Okay. All right. That's great. So after each use, that's awesome to put in your schedule to do that. Perfect. All right. Anybody else? Oh, come on. All right, Diamond.
I have a lot of art stuff that I keep in totes, but the more I use it, the more everything gets everywhere.
Okay.
So that's something I have to organize.
All right. So what time of day fits in your schedule to dedicate organizing your art stuff, getting it all looking pretty and better?
Probably midnight.
Okay. All right. Midnight. Wow, I have a lot of late owl students that are with me today. Wow. I'm already four hours into my REM sleep by midnight. Okay. Well, that's all right. Anybody else? No? All right. Okay. All right. So desk drawer, bed, top of desk, and art stuff. All right. So I really, really encourage you to work on tidying your stuff. Okay. Because when you do that and you make time in your schedule in your day to do that, you're going to feel tons better. Okay. Because again, the disorganization and the mess contributes to us feeling out of control, us wanting to procrastinate. So block 4 of tidiness is really, really important. All right, so now we got to move into block 6 and block 7, right? Because we're only halfway done with our pyramid. All right, so Mindy, why don't you tell us what block 6 is all about?
Thanks, Dawn. It's actually blocks 5 and 6.
It is.
Dawn's an overachiever. She's getting us through these blocks quicker. So oops, I thought I was gonna knock my easel over there. So I have a daughter who's a senior. I think those of you who have participated, I mentioned her last week. And since she's been off of school, there have been a few days where she spent like the whole day cleaning out her room. Raise your hand if that's something that you've done since you've been off, like done any reorganization in your room. Yeah, quite a few of you. Yeah. So, but then an interesting thing happens. She spends the whole day cleaning her room, and then 2 days later, I go in there and I can't see the carpet anymore. And it gets really messy really quickly. Raise your hand if that also happens to you. Oh yeah, a few of you know. Yeah. So you could feel guilty about that, or your parents might give you a little flack, but it's okay. It happens, and especially when you don't have a regular schedule, it is a little bit harder to keep things tidy. And so I want to give you a strategy that you can use so that you can not feel bad about sometimes not knowing what color your carpet is in your bedroom. And that is 2 words I'm going to use for building block 5. And it's decluttering regularly, and it's called the power hour. So so basically what the power hour is what it sounds like. For 1 hour a week, you want to get rid of your distractions. So turn off your phone, turn off your Netflix, but turn up your music, something that will get you motivated and excited. Set a timer for 1 hour, and then in that hour is using it as efficiently as you can. go ahead and reorganize your stuff. So maybe that means changing the sheets on your bed, or maybe that means picking up your clothes off the floor, or putting your stuff that was on top of your desk into the drawers. So by dedicating just 1 hour a week to kind of regrouping during that power hour is a good way to help kind of maintain some organization in your life without feeling bad about the fact that you don't necessarily hang your towel up after you're done in the shower and it just sits on the ground in your bedroom. Okay, so that's the power hour. So that's number 5. So go ahead and look at your schedule and think about your schedule during the week and what day of the week and what time of the day do you think would work best for your power hour? Raise your hand when you come up with one. I'm curious to see if you guys pick mornings or afternoons and what days of the week you choose. Sasha, what did you decide for your power hour?
So I'm thinking like a Sunday night would be the most efficient for me because it's right before the school week and then it can just really allow me to regroup before I'm hit with a bunch of assignments and everything. And then in the nighttime sometimes something turns on and just become very, very efficient. So that's my time.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great suggestion. I actually do mine on Sundays, but not that late at night because I usually watch a little TV before I go to bed. So mine's usually about 7 o'clock on a Sunday night is my power hour. Anyone else? What did someone else choose for their power hour? Lacey?
I chose Friday like at noon because Fridays I usually don't have like much schoolwork because like they don't do it on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
And also the weekend I usually like do stuff that I want to do. So I feel like Friday's a good day.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. So you kind of make sure you're going into the weekend feeling good and refreshed and like you have a clean slate and no worries. That's an excellent strategy. Good timing for you. Anyone else want to share one of their times that they would choose for a power hour? Natalie?
Mine's probably on like a Wednesday afternoon because Wednesday's like a slower day for me for schoolwork and it just kind of gives me a break from doing all the school stuff.
Ah, that's a good idea. Halfway through the week, kind of regroup yourself to get through the rest of the week to power through. Yeah, great. So good, great suggestions. So the thing to think about when you're scheduling your power hour is make sure you choose a time that's going to work for you. Because if it doesn't work for you, then you're not going to do it regularly. And don't be afraid to mix it up. If you do it on Wednesdays and find out that doesn't work, or you do it on Sunday night and think about, well, maybe it would be better Sunday morning. So just make sure you choose one that works for you. All right, block number 6. So block number 6 is to keep only what you need and then move on. Keep only what you need and then move on. So we talked a little bit about last week. So some of us tend to hold on to a lot of clutter, and I think it was Isabel, that said she didn't like throwing things away. And if those things are important to you and all of that, that's great. But sometimes we have some clutter in our lives that we would like to clear away, or we have a to-do list and we feel a little bit overwhelmed by that to-do list. And so it's helpful in that point to go ahead and look at that to-do list and cross things off if you finish them, because you know how it feels great to be able to cross things off your list and get that kind of sense of accomplishment. Or if there are things that are on your list that are not helping you accomplish your goals, then you should just get those things off your list and just stop doing them. Although that doesn't mean that you should tell your mom, I'm sorry, I can't do the dishes because Mindy told me it's not connected to my goals. Because, I don't want to create any problems between you and your family responsibilities. But good for creativity to try to get out of something, but not a great strategy. So anyway, so take a look now actually on this list of things that you wrote down in your day And are there any of them that you've already accomplished today, if you wrote down your whole day? Or are there any of them that you could cross off because they don't really need to be done? So take a minute to do that, and then we'll go ahead and move on to our last two building blocks, blocks 7 and 8.
All right, so we have 6 blocks. All right, so the last 2 blocks, all right, the last 2 blocks I really, really like, and they're probably my favorite, okay? And block number 7 is about delegating responsibilities, okay? Because the great thing that we can do is we don't have to do everything ourselves, okay? We can delegate some of our responsibilities, all right? So if you have on your schedule to unload the dishwasher, okay, and you have a little brother, perhaps you could delegate that responsibility to him so that you could work more on your goal center, okay, so that you can be more goal center, all right? Because the most organized person actually is a really good delegator, okay? And that them delegating helps them be organized because it's taking off stuff off their list that perhaps isn't as important or doesn't have to be the responsibility. So I want you to look at your schedule and the things that you have on your to-do list from your other blocks. And I want you to circle a couple things that you know you could delegate to someone else. Could it be a parent? Could it be a friend, a sibling, you know, somebody on your yearbook team, if you're on a project together. So go ahead and circle a couple that you could delegate to someone else. All right, cool. Now, I want to see what you circled that you can delegate. And I'm really hoping that you didn't say I'm going to delegate my sock drawer to someone else, because hopefully you'll do your own socks. But can someone share what's something that they circled that was on their to-do list that they could delegate to someone else to help them be more organized and more focused on their goals? Natalie, what's something you circled that you can delegate?
I could tell either my sister, a parent, to walk the dog, or ask
Okay, all right. So ask somebody to walk the dog. All right, walk Baxter. I don't know if that's his name, but all right. But that's a great thing you can delegate, okay? Especially if you're right in the middle of an important assignment or project, okay? Faith, what's something that you can delegate?
Cleaning the dishes.
Yes, okay, dishes, absolutely, okay? Might have to have a little bribery for your little sister to do the dishes, but it's definitely something that you can delegate. Haley, what's something you can delegate off your list?
I just stole mine. I was going to say dishes too.
Okay, yeah, dishes, right? We all have them, okay. Diamond, what's yours?
Cooking.
Cooking, okay, all right. Yeah, so delegate someone else to cook dinner, okay? Prepare dinner for that night. So that's off your list, so you can focus on the other goals that you have for the day. Awesome, okay? So delegation, okay, is really easy to do, and it's really, really important, okay? So I encourage you to do that. Now, it brings us to our last block, which is way at the top. And this one is gonna be your favorite, okay? The last block is about working hard to accomplish your goals. But on the other end of working hard, it's where you get to reward yourself. So when you work hard, you get to reward yourself. That's the top of our pyramid, okay? Work hard and reward yourself. Because when you're really organized and you have all these responsibilities that you want to do, you broke it down in your schedule, you delegated the things that you needed to delegate so that you can solely focus on what you need to do to reach your goals, okay? Now, if you're anything like me and your goal is, you know, really hard, or your goal seems so far away, okay, you might tend to not work as hard to accomplish that. But when you put a reward next to it, then you're gonna find you're gonna work really hard, you're gonna work faster to accomplish that goal because you're gonna want that reward. Rewards are awesome. So I want you to think about what is important enough to you to make you stick with your goal, to organize your life so that you can accomplish it. So take a minute and write down 3 rewards that would help you get to that finish line. What are 3 rewards? All right, so I love block 8, right? Because rewards, we all like gifts, we all like presents, all right? So what are some of your rewards that's gonna help you get to the finish line? What are some of your rewards? Chloe, what's a reward that you're gonna give yourself when you get there?
For me, it's being able to relax, knowing that I'm organized.
Yes, that's a great feeling when you can sit down and put your feet up and like, whoo, I'm good. Okay, I love it, thank you. All right, Lacey, how are you gonna reward yourself?
Relax and watch TV.
Relax, watch TV, yes. Okay, little things in life make us so happy. You're my kind of friends, I like that. Sasha, what's your reward?
To call a friend that I haven't talked to in a while.
Yes, call a friend to catch up. Excellent, thank you. All right, Haley.
I love the sunshine, being outdoors, so mine would be like going for a walk or just doing something outside.
Yes, go outside. Awesome, I love it. Okay, all right. Natalie, what's your reward?
Mine would probably just be getting to relax or watching something on Netflix.
Okay, so a lot of relaxing, a lot of TV and Netflix. All right, Faith, what's your reward?
A type of like sweet or candy.
Oh yeah, all right. Yes, candy, sweets, love it. Diamond, do you have one?
Yeah, my reward is just like, watching TV.
Okay.
Chill.
Yeah, chill, TV, okay? I'm sensing a pattern, okay? I'm sensing that y'all are so busy, you got so much out there to do that we can't just sit back and relax. So that's a reward for us. Awesome. Michelle, what's a reward you have, you and Happy?
Mine would be to plan a night to go out with a friend to either a dinner or go to a concert.
Yes, go out with a friend, yes, absolutely, okay, excellent. All right, perfect. I love it. So some of our rewards: relax, watch TV, watch Netflix, call a friend to catch up, go outside, have our favorite candy or a sweet tooth, and go out with friends. Okay, excellent. So to recap our 8 blocks, okay, of organization, we have setting your goals, starts there, then write everything down, that's your foundation. Then make schedules and deadlines, don't procrastinate, give everything a place, tidy everything, start with your socks. Declutter regularly using your power hour. Okay, so what day of the week are you gonna do that? Keep only what you need and then move on. Okay, so revise your to-do list. Delegate responsibilities. When there's things that don't necessarily have to be done by you, delegate so you can focus on reaching your goals. And then finally, once you work hard and you reach the finish line, reward yourself. Okay, those are the 8 blocks. Which of the 8 blocks is the most helpful to you that you'll find yourself using a lot? Which one? Which one's the most helpful to you? Anybody? Lacey.
A reward at the end.
The reward at the end, right? A lot of us would say that, okay? Michelle, which block is the most meaningful to you that you're gonna use?
The keep only what you need, because
Yes.
I tend to amass a bunch of stuff.
Yes, keep only what you need. Cross it off, get rid of it, toss it, right? Sasha, which block is you gonna use the most?
Scheduling and getting everything down, because then I can park all my ideas and things I need to do, so then I create like space for that motivation and like creativity that you can implement.
Yeah, absolutely, excellent. Haley, what block?
The power hour, because it's just an amazing idea just to get things
Power
done.
hour. Crank up the music during the power hour and just go to work, right? Okay, I love it. Anybody else? No? Okay. Now, which of the blocks you know you're going to struggle with? Because I know there's probably one. Which one do you think you're going to struggle with? Natalie.
Probably setting a schedule and sticking to it.
Okay, any idea why you think you'll struggle with that?
Just because I get distracted really easily.
Okay, all right. So we can eliminate those distractions, ignore the sirens, okay? to help you focus on your schedule. Yeah, that's hard sometimes, especially if we live in a house that's really loud, okay? Diamond, which one do you know you're gonna struggle with?
I would also say scheduling, because right now, like, there is no schedule. I'm not going to school or anything. I'm just at home. So it's kind of harder to have a schedule.
Okay, all right. Yep, I hear that. Sasha, is your hand up?
No, I'm good.
Okay, she's good. All right. Lacey?
Would it probably be power hour, because it's hard to get motivated for me.
Okay.
And my family members would just keep coming in my room.
Okay. So maybe for you, add an additional reward that if you can get through power hour, okay, what is going to be your reward right at the end of that power hour? That might help you, because we know we're motivated by rewards. Michelle, which one do you know you're going to struggle with?
Funny enough, I think the one I struggle with the most is rewarding myself.
Really? Okay.
There's always something else I feel like I should be doing. So sometimes it's hard to stop and give yourself time to reward yourself.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully, okay, we can take time to do that. All right. So those are the 8 building blocks of organization. All right. So I encourage you to take some time this next week to put these blocks into play. Okay. Use them. All right. Use them because they will help. They will help, I promise. And those where a block might be a struggle, the more you do it, okay, the more it's going to become our strength and the more comfortable that we'll get at using those blocks. So in the end, when we cross the line, accomplish our goal, be that goal-centered person, we then can have our cupcakes or ice cream or concert, whatever is on your reward list. So that's awesome. All right, so to kind of wrap us up, I always kind of like to do some type of just a quick little evaluation. So if each person can give me a word of the day. So how are you feeling now with one word leaving this organization show? How are you feeling? They can give me one word. Natalie.
Hopeful.
Hopeful. All right, and I write these down because these, I love to remember these words. So Natalie's leaving us feeling hopeful. All right, Lacey, how you feeling?
Prepared.
Prepared. Excellent. Love it. Diamond, how you feeling?
Inspired.
Inspired. Good words. Excellent. Sasha, how you feeling?
Motivated.
Motivated. Good word. All right. Chloe, how you feeling?
Ready.
Ready. Oh, I like that. Good word. Good word. Faith, how you feeling?
I don't know. More prepared to put things in place.
All right, more prepared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you didn't say more disorganized. All right. Haley, how you feeling?
I am feeling encouraged.
Encouraged. Good word. All right, Michelle?
Refreshed.
Refreshed. Good word. Isabel?
I would have to say ready too.
Ready. Excellent. Corinne?
I'm also feeling motivated after this.
Motivated. Cool. Excellent. Perfect. All right. Awesome. I love it. I think, did I get everybody? I think so. All right. Perfect. Cool. All right. So, thanks for tuning in today. After today's show, I'm going to email all of you just kind of a quick survey. So if you can kind of just fill that out. And if you get it back to me by Thursday, I'll put you into the drawing for a $10 Amazon gift card. Give you a little more motivation, a little reward that goes on your to-do list, right? Okay, so look for that. And then next week, Mindy and I are so excited about next week. We've been spending the last 2 days figuring it out. But next week's show, so tell everybody, all ages, we're doing a family fun night, a scavenger hunt like you've never seen, okay? So I'm really, really, really excited about it. Anything you want to tell them about the scavenger hunt, Mindy?
Yeah, we're really excited about the scavenger hunt. So we encourage you to participate and tell your friends, invite some friends to participate. And it would be best if you, of course you can participate just on your own, but please don't be afraid to, if you have a younger or older sibling or your mom or your dad or your dog or your cat, to do it with somebody. So I did a test run at my house yesterday with my husband and my daughter, and we had a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll see you guys again next week. Yeah.
So awesome. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday at 4 o'clock right here for the scavenger hunt. So excellent.